Yo, what it do? It's your boy Khal, and basically today I'm going to be teaching y'all how to rap and how to make a name for yourself in the rap industry, whether you're a SoundCloud rapper, or whatever, old CP rapper. you get what I mean. You feel me? And I'm no Eminem, but I can still, help with this kind of stuff. Cause I mean, look at me right now. Like I'm not gonna be, arrogant, but Anyway, let's just jump right into it. Step 1, make a name for yourself. So basically, Lil Cow K, what does that mean to you? It could mean Lil Cow King, Lil Cow Killer, okay? Now, I came prepared, so I got some examples. James, okay? So let's just think about somebody named James. Let's see what their rap name would be. Lil JJ, just 2 J's. Could be as simple as that, or it could be James Diamond, and then have like Diamond because you make so many diamonds. You get what I mean? Like, because you're rich. Or you could have ASAP Jamie, if you're a girl and your name is Jamie. Just something that flows, you feel me? Or for John, you could have John J, And then J can mean, like, whatever you want. J can mean, like, jerk, if you're a jerk. It could be like that, Or you could call yourself, It doesn't even have to really associate with your name. It could also be, like, things like, Killa, and then, kill with the Z, you know what I'm saying? Like, it doesn't even have to associate with your name. For Robert, you call yourself Robbie E, and E could stand for excellent. Or, whatever you want. Or it could be ASAP Robbie, But don't say ASAP Robert, because that just gets rid of everything, Like, your career is going to go down the drain. Next up, Mary, okay? If you're a girl and your name is Mary, jeez, I feel really sorry for you, because that name is just cringe. But you could call yourself Mary M, and M could stand for murderer, because basically your raps are, like, so fire that, like, they kill people. Or for Patricia, jeez, I can't talk today. Okay, for Patricia, you could, call yourself Patty P. Patty P. Okay, wait. Let me think of a good one. Lil Patrish. Okay, alright. So, if your name is Patricia, you're screwed. Okay, bottom line. Jennifer Lawrence. Okay. If your name is Jennifer and you're a girl, you call yourself, Jenny McQueen, okay? Now, or you could call yourself Princess Jen, Like, you kind of gotta, milk it a little bit. You kind of gotta make it so, like, your name isn't exactly, the name that you have, but you can make it, like, a nickname. So, for example, Robbie sounds less formal. Less like you're eating at a fancy restaurant and the waiter's name is Robert, Now you're at a DJ booth and the DJ's name is Robbie. That makes sense, you feel me? Alright. Next, rap slang. This is probably the hardest part to get down in real life. But you gotta talk like a rapper if you wanna, really get into your rap. So, like, for example, you don't say, "Oh, I just made out with the lady." Like, no, okay? You gotta say, "I just made out with this shawty." Like, you gotta substitute words, you feel me? Now, another rap slang, I am so used to saying rap slang, right? I'm so used to being in that kind of slang mode that, whenever I go to my homeboys, I'm always like, what it do and what's good, bruh? Like, I'm just used to that. That's why I say, like, it's your boy, Like, you get used to it. Like, but it takes a lot of time to get used to it, and just make it natural. Like, it takes a lot of time, you know? But yeah, that's just the way I talk. But I mean, with rap slang, it's basically like that. But you gotta write it down. You gotta make it good, and you kind of gotta, like, you can't say, "Oh, I just used your mom's phone, and now she hitting me up." Like, that's okay. But if you say like, "Oh, I just used your mom's phone, and now I'm texting her," like, that's worse. You get what I mean? Like, you know what I mean. You know what I mean. Alright, now tell a story. Okay. Now, this is probably the hardest part. I know so many rappers that don't tell a story. They tell a story, bro. If you're gonna be a rapper, you gotta tell a story with all of your raps, okay? And this is probably the most important and hardest step. Okay, now all my raps have a story. Feels basically talks about how I was in my feels, okay? Like, it could just be simple, like even Mock Life, okay? Which I didn't think was that good of a song because, it was so old and I've gotten way, way, way better. But basically that song, to me, is about being a mock and not caring, Like, every song has to have a story. So if you just name your song, Shoes, and you rap about, like, like your mom and your dad and just random crap, and you're trying to rhyme it with, like, just random crap, like, no, like, what you doing, bro? Like, you kind of gotta make a story with your raps, okay? Like, you can't just say, hopped on my scooter, now I'm a booter, about to be a shooter. Like, no, what are you talking about? If you say it like this, I once was a shooter, now I'm riding all these scooters, now I'm hopping like a booter, now I don't know whether to sue ya. It helps, because if you're like, I hopped on a scooter, right? I once was a shooter, but now I'm hopping on scooters, because it basically shows that you've downgraded, or you're basically becoming a better person or whatever. Instead of, I hopped on a scooter, I'm also a shooter. Like, it's like, what is a shooter doing on a scooter, Like, it has to make sense, basically. Alright. Let's see what time we got. Okay. Alright, so next step is a title. Now, this is the easiest part, in my opinion. So, for example, my rap, Mock Life, or, one of my raps, Babes Ain't Nothing, or, just like typical titles, like Money Is Real Flow, like titles that go with it. So if your rap is about ladies, you can call it, Shawties, or, you know what I mean. You don't gotta come up with this, random ass, whack ass title. Like some rappers, like I can't really put like one as an example. But I mean, you could kind of just, like, some rappers, put like shoes or like thrift shop, as their title, and they don't talk about the thrift shop. It has to make sense with your rap. You feel me? So, I mean, it just has to make sense with your rap, And that's just how it goes. I mean, otherwise it just doesn't really seem like a title. It just seems like, name of an album, or, a name of a Dr. Seuss book, Anyway, next step is adding beats, okay? Now, this is probably one of the medium parts. Not too hard, not too easy. Definitely not easy, though. So, basically, if you have somebody that gives you beats, it's really helpful. Like, I got Jacob, he doesn't do most of my beats, but he does a few. And I also got, my boy, Chopper. I think he did one of my beats. And then I got, the rest from, like, my boy X Plug. You know how it is. And things like that. So, like, when you find the right beat, though, that's when everything falls into place, okay? It doesn't matter who gives you the beat, as long as you find the right beat that goes with it. So, for example, if you're doing a sad song, you have, like, this really happy upbeat. it's not gonna go. People are gonna think you're high. Okay, you know. Now, next step is have the mentality. Okay. Now, you probably look at me sometimes and you're probably like, oh, this dude has a huge ass ego. You are 100% correct, okay? Now, of course I have an ego because that's what you have to have. Or else you're going to let people walk all over you, okay? Now, I call myself Lil Khal for a reason. Now, that's the kind of things that you should be saying. You should be saying to yourself, I am the best. Even if you know that you aren't, you should be trying to, because having that mentality and that ego that you are the best, and you calling yourself the best, and you being the best, you won't let people walk all over you. It's all about having, better self-esteem. Like, when I had low self-esteem, people walked all over me. I was one of the most hated people in the community, But now I'm Lil Khal, and I made a name for myself, and I don't let people walk all over me. I'm now walking all over them. You know what I'm saying? Like, I consider myself having a really big ego, but you have to have that when it comes to being a rapper, okay? Especially in this type of industry. Okay, Club Penguin, let's just be honest. Club Penguin, I don't know, man. But you get what I mean. You get what I mean. Feel me? Alright, next part. Use your heart. Now, this is probably one of the hardest things if you're heartless. No, I'm joking. But it's probably one of the hardest steps. So, like, for example, when I'm in my feels, right? Sometimes I just take it out on people. But, sometimes I'll pick up a piece of paper and I'll just write a bunch of rhymes and just how I'm feeling. And it doesn't even have to rhyme, it just could be how I'm feeling, And then later on, I'll put into rhymes, and then there we go. Or if I'm writing a love song, I think about a special someone that I once dated and once felt, a connection with, or somebody that I'm with, and I'll write about her. You get what I'm saying? So, like, you kind of got to use your heart if you're rapping. You got to put your emotions into your raps. Otherwise, with the Orlock diss track, for example, like, I put anger into it because I felt, stupid talking to him, but also kind of angry, He made my IQ go lower, instead of higher. Like, every time he, typed a word, I swear my IQ dropped, okay? It's like, you get what I'm saying? Like, there's certain users that just piss me off, and he's definitely one of them, okay? And I know, I can't let people get to me. I don't let him get to me. I use what he does to channel my anger through it. That's why rap is very therapeutic. Like, when I stopped rapping a couple years ago, I was all over the place, okay? Like, rapping now, it helps me so many things. It helps me with my emotions, like, describing them. Helps me take out my emotions on somebody or something. It can just help with everything, okay? That's why I suggest, doing this if you really have, really bad, anxiety or really bad, just doing it for fun, maybe, not even performing it, but you get what I mean. Or just writing it down or just taking it out, but don't hold it in forever, because then you're gonna, it's not gonna do anything. It's just gonna build up, and then eventually you're just gonna let it all out. I used to do that. Alright, this isn't therapy. I don't know why I'm going into this, but basically, you get what I mean. Use your heart and use all your emotions and express them with every rap, okay? Because, in my albums, there's always going to be one or, a couple sad songs, and there's always going to be, a lot of songs about girls, and I'm using my emotions with those girl songs too, because I'm also saying, these girls made me feel this type of way. You get what I'm saying? Like, every rap has to do with your emotions and how you're feeling, Alright, guys, I hope that helped. Let's check the time on this. Right in time. I hope that helps. Peace out.